In this video, we're heading back over to Jono to learn a Lutz jump on the floor.
Again, another toe jump, so quite difficult to replicate off ice. And it's going to be very similar to the flip jump in that there are two sort of ways to do it. A slightly more basic way, which is better for your single Lutz jump. So if I imagine I'm going around my back crossovers, setting up on my left foot here, ready to start my Lutz takeoff. The biggest difference between this and a flip jump is when you dig your toe in, you want to think about digging your toe in on the left side of your left foot. So if your left foot is drawing a line back here, when you dig in for your for your flip, it will be digging in behind you. For the Lutz jump, it will be digging in to the left side. So that is going to help you recreate that outside edge that you so desperately need for your Lutz jump so that you don't get an edge change called in competition. So again, we're going to start in our position, same arms, left arm in front, right arm strongly behind. The right toe stretches back behind you, transfer the weight onto the right toe pick and jump, landing in your position, in your nice strong landing position. So when you're setting up for your Lutz jump, again, strong arms, left arm in front, right arm behind, right leg is tucked in to that left foot. You don't want it hanging out here either side. You want it tucked in, nice and efficient. Then when it draws back, remember it's going to be drawing back and behind to the left side of the left foot. So you can replicate that sort of outside edge feeling. You're going to transfer your weight onto the right foot. Pushing up into the air. So as you jump up into the air, that's when your arms drive through as well. Not only your arms, but your hips. Again, once that right toe goes in, your hips are twisted to the right. As they start to move, you can really sort of use them to start whipping that rotation, get you around that single jump. This is sort of a little key secret that's quite hard to figure out, but once you get that feeling, it's going to feel amazing. It can help you with that rotation. Again, left arm in front, right arm behind, right toe goes back, jump into the air for your full rotation, landing with a nice strong landing position. So the thing you want to be careful with when doing that technique though is as you've driven your right leg back and behind you here, it's very easy to push up into the air and having your weight over the left side. You have to be really careful when digging that right foot behind that as you jump up into the air, you transfer your weight over to that right foot all the way through the right hip, the right shoulder. So at the last point of takeoff, that's where your weight needs to be. If you have it pushing up over the left side, you're going to find yourself flipping out of the jump, and that's a telltale sign that you haven't transferred your weight correctly over the right foot. So now the slightly more advanced technique for the Lutz, because again, with any toe jump on the ice, normally if you look at any sort of like great quality jump, there is that draw of the feet together. So as they're taking off, actually their feet are together. When you actually say you take off with the right foot, you're actually on both feet until the very end, but then the last split second is actually taking off of the right foot. So in order to replicate this off ice as closely as possible, we can set up for our Lutz jump again, left arm in front, right arm behind, right toe digs in behind the left foot, to the left of the left foot, so you're on the outside edge there, that we're going to draw the feet together and then take off for our jump. So you're just adding that draw in. It's going to help replicate your technique that you're going to use on the ice as closely as possible. So we've got our position there, right toe digs back in, feet draw together, and jump up for your Lutz jump. So it's kind of very similar, just taking off of 2 feet and jumping, but you've added your Lutz technique in before. But that also uses your weight change, because right here, you've dug the right toe in, and right now, I'm sort of leaning over the left side, but that draw allows me to get over my right side when I jump up in the air. Because again, always over your right side when you jump up in the air, when you're rotating in the air, and when you're landing, coming down from the air. So just to give you this at a slightly different angle so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Here I am setting up, I'm going to show you from the waist down here. Here I am setting up on my left foot. I'm traveling backwards, imaginary backwards at this point. Now when I reach my right foot back and dig my right toe in, again, look at this. So here's the straight line going back. You want to be on the left side of that. A flip would be behind you here, so you can stay on your inside edge to take off. The Lutz jump, you want to dig behind and to the left of the left foot, so you can replicate that outside edge that you so desperately need on the ice. So if I take a look at the technique now, the right foot digs in, feet draw together, single rotation, finish in a nice strong landing position. And now I'm going to perform that for you one more time from this angle, just so you have an extra angle to see. Setting up on your left foot with your nice strong takeoff position. Right foot reaches back, right toe digs in, got that right shoulder open, left shoulder closed. Draw the feet together, take off. Nice strong landing position. So the last little additional bit of information I'd like to give is very similar to the advice that I gave when doing the flip jump. So there are two sort of schools of thought on the arms for me. I would advise when you're performing the single Lutz, if you're starting off at the very bottom of it, keeping the arms simple, just using that right arm and bringing it into the left arm, so a small amount of movement as possible. As you start to get more of an advanced technique, you want to start thinking about the scissoring technique again, so the scissoring with the arms. So the left arm starts in front, the right arm comes behind. As you jump up in the air, what the arms are going to do is they're going to scissor down by your hips before lifting up into the air and coming into that nice tight rotating position. So this is a little bit, it's a tricky technique to learn, because again, the easy mistake to make is that as you scissor, you could start to think about twisting those, or you could start to see twisting of the shoulders, which is the worst thing you can do, because at that point, it's either going to stay always on the left side and you're going to have no chance at controlling the jump, or you're going to you're going to come around here and it's going to take you forever to get back onto the right side, and that's going to be a couple of milliseconds in a half a second jump that you don't have to waste. So the scissoring technique with the arms are where the arms come down by the side and then up, and see how my left shoulder still stays checked. Kind of looks a little bit uncomfortable, and it should be here because it should be the arms staying relaxed, but the shoulders, body, core and hips staying strong, and then folding into that right side. So if I perform it for you all together, we're going to draw those feet in, scissor, up. So it happens so quickly. They just drop and into that rotational position. So this is going to help you, especially with those doubles, triples, and quads. If you want to even get there one day, when you're starting to get that rotating position, this is going to be the quickest way, most efficient way for you to start your rotation as quickly as possible.
Now I hope you enjoyed this off-ice Lutz jump tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you think. If you enjoy the videos we create, check out our Patreon page to see even more content and get the help you need to take your skating to the next level.